This demo showcases how privileged pods can be run safely in OpenShift cluster by using sandboxed containers. There are two sets of users, one who is not allowed to execute pipelines that create privileged pods, and another who is allowed to execute pipelines creating privileged pods. OpenShift pipelines and OpenShift sandbox containers operator are already installed and configured. Two projects are created. The dev project is for regular user and the dev priv project is for user who is allowed to execute privilege pods. I will be logging as regular dev user. This user has created a pipeline to build Docker images using Canico. Let's look at the Canico task. As you can see in the Canico task, it requires root user. Now let's execute this pipeline by creating the pipeline run object. As you can see, this user is not allowed to execute this pipeline as the associated pipeline task requires elevated privileges. Now I will log in as the privileged dev user. This user has the same pipeline and the task. Now let's execute this pipeline by creating the pipeline run object. The pipeline run YAML is same except the new runtime class entry. This tells OpenShift to create the pod using runtime class kata. Runtime class kata is configured by the OpenShift sandbox containers operator. When using kata, the pod runs as a lightweight VM, so thereby providing a stronger isolation between the host and the container. We see here that the developer, which is the dev priv user, is explicitly adding the runtime class. However, in practice, this runtime class can be added automatically via mutating webhook provided by policy engines, so thereby avoiding any custom changes by the developer. Now I will be logging in as the kubeadmin user and show you that the pod is running as a virtual machine. As you see, there is a QEMU process that is running. This QEMU is the virtual machine running the pod. And this completes the demo. Thanks for watching.